What's up, everybody? Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Yo, I want to be an Xbox ambassador. Yo, send me the application. Microsoft, what I gotta do? Send me the application. I want to be Xbox ambassador. Oh my God. Have you guys been seeing what's been going on? It's crazy out there. Let me tell you something that I learned about the gaming community that I didn't know. This is probably the only community that does this to this level. In the gaming community, there's this thing that people do where someone if someone disagrees with your opinion, instead of arguing against your opinion, they'll go ahead and discredit you. So then your opinion has no value. Now, the messed up part about that is that sometimes someone that may not have the credentials might be right about something. Their opinion might still be valid, even though their credentials aren't valid. Okay. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying now. Okay. I'll use what's the best thing I could use? Let's use a parallel, right? So there's people out there that'll tell you that lifting weights builds muscle, right? That when you look at them, they have never built muscle themselves, but they know that lifting weights build muscle. Okay. Now, if someone said lifting weights builds muscle, okay, now obviously it's a lot more than just lifting weights, but that statement is true regardless as to what the person looks like is saying it, right? The statement is true. However, if someone said lifting weights builds muscle, and I was to argue, no, it's not lifting weights, it's progressive overload, time under tension, and you can build muscle without lifting weights. Well, now I'm also speaking truth, but instead of arguing that way, I just look at them and look what they've done in their life physically, and I discredit them just because they've never lifted weights before. Doesn't make that their argument or their statement invalid. But in the gaming world, not only does your opinion have to be valid, but then you got to have the credentials to have that opinion. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Now, just like everything else in life, there should be a balance, right? So you should have some knowledge of fitness and exercise in order to make your opinion a little bit more valid, because there are times where people say things out of pure ignorance. Like one of the biggest one people say is when people say creatine just builds fake muscle. I'm not even going to explain that to you. But people that know about fitness know that creatine is the most one of the most studied supplements out there, right? And creatine does work. And it's not fake muscle. There is no such thing as fake muscle. Or people will be like, creatine is just water weight, when we're mostly made out of water anyways. Like what is the argument? But again, that's someone that argues that creatine doesn't work. People that know about creatine will look at them and we have two options. We either just nod yes and smile because we don't just have the energy to argue, or we could go down the path as to how it helps you produce more ATP, which then helps you produce more power in the gym, which then correlates to progressive overload, which then correlates to proper recovery and nutrition, and you build more muscle. And it's the one of the most studied supplements. And yes, creatine does work. But sometimes you don't have time to do all that, right? Sometimes you don't have time to do all that. So this is not a bodybuilding channel or anything like that. Not at all. I'm not credentialed to do that, right? But when it comes to gaming, this is done so heavily, so many times I've seen people ask for gamer scores and everything, and ask for, let me see if you played it and all this other stuff, blah, blah, that even now I do it because I think it's hilarious. So I tell people, don't talk to me about how great you like the PlayStation if you haven't played Horizon Forbidden West, which is with the major exclusive that dropped this year for the PS5. Right? Don't if you haven't beaten it. Now I say if you haven't beaten it because I get to move the goalposts. It's not just playing. If you haven't beaten it, don't even talk to me about it. Why haven't you beaten the game yet? If the game is so great, why haven't you beaten the game yet? I'm doing other side missions. Get out of here. Get out of here. All cap, right? But again, it's kind of funny how this is something that we do in the gaming community. In reality, though, everyone can have an opinion And like I say, there's levels to this. You see, if I walk into a Gold's Gym or something in Venice Beach, right? And I start talking about working out, okay? Looking like this. They're gonna look at me and they're not gonna take me serious. They're gonna laugh. Especially if you got, pro bodybuilders in there and stuff like that, right? It's the same way as if I was to talk to ISO about PC gaming when he knows the only thing that I've had is a 1660 Ti, right? He's just gonna look at me and laugh. He's not gonna go above and beyond to try to completely discredit me. He'll let me have my opinion. It's my opinion. But he realizes that my opinion is coming from a place of ignorance. This is what everyone does to an extent. If you are someone that doesn't have an Xbox Series X or hasn't played on an Xbox Series X for a certain number of hours and you're talking about the Xbox platform, then you're talking from a place of ignorance because you really don't know. If you're someone that doesn't have a PS5 or haven't played a PS5, right? You're talking from a place of ignorance, right? So yes, I don't have a PS5 in my humble abode. So I recognize that when I say things about the PlayStation 5 specifically, right? I am speaking from a certain place of ignorance. And I hope that when you listen to me talk about the PS5, you realize that, right? Now, even though I have purchased a PS5, I bought a PS5 for my son, and I've played on the PS5. I played on the PS5 plenty of times, but it's still not as much as someone that's on the PS5 every single day. And that's the same way when I hear people talking about Game Pass and they critique Game Pass and they don't actually have Game Pass or they don't actually use Game Pass. You're coming and talking from a place of ignorance. When people try to compare PS Now to Game Pass, but they don't have PS Now, you're talking from a place of ignorance. Now, I'm not here to cancel you or anything like that. I'm not here to check out your credentials or anything like that. I just look at your opinion, try to figure out how much I should value your opinion, and then I keep it moving. Some opinions I value more than others, and some opinions I don't. I just laugh. It is what it is. And I hope that you could do the same thing with me when I say something and you feel like, that opinion is not valid. I know where Doc is coming from, right? And you just laugh, right? It is what it is. Now, hopefully you realize that sometimes, even though someone might not have the credential, their opinion could be valid. It could be. But to attack somebody or come after somebody just because their credentials ain't there, I don't know. That's iffy. That's a little iffy to me. I don't know. Look, apparently this ambassador or whatever lied about playing games, didn't play the games they said that they were playing, and people are calling him out for it, whatever. That's an individual thing. I don't know what that has to do with actually being an ambassador, right? Like, it is what it is. If Microsoft wants to set its ambassador status as something really low to allow ambassadors, then it devalues what an ambassador truly means, right? It devalues what an ambassador truly means. It's almost like being there's a difference between being an affiliate in Twitch and hitting partner in Twitch, right? There's levels to this, right? So if somebody says they're an affiliate of Twitch, you're like, all right, cool, that's what's up. There's plenty of people that hit affiliate of Twitch, right? That's cool, that's what's up, right? But now you say you're a partner in Twitch, oh, okay. Now we got something, right? There's just levels to this. So again, it depends. It depends. And then here's a real kicker. There's people out there that have the credentials that still have very wrong opinions. There's people out there that have the credentials that still have very wrong opinion. And that's in every aspect of life. There are bodybuilders out there and coaches that will go up to someone and tell them something like keto doesn't work, it's just a fad diet. And that person that they're talking to, telling them that doesn't work, could literally have lost 40 pounds on keto. And that person's looking at this professional guru like, how are you telling me that something doesn't work when it literally worked for me? But now you're faced and you're looking at someone that's quote unquote a professional, someone a pro that's a guru that's been doing this for a long time, telling you that something doesn't work when it actually worked for you. And it's kind of confusing. And the same thing happens when you look at gamers that you're like, wait a minute, I know you a gamer. I know you game. I know you love to game. So how are you saying this dumb, idiotic stuff that you're saying that doesn't make any freaking sense? Like, or you're just saying things that you know you don't know. You don't know what these numbers are. You don't know whether there's something sustainable or not. So how are you coming to this conclusion, right? But opinions, everyone's got one. Only you can decide whose opinion you're going to value more. Overall, though, I've said it plenty of time, you should probably value your experience a lot more. Your experience is probably what's valued the most. So, if you're having fun enjoying whatever platform you're enjoying, then that experience is the one that matters the most. If you're having a lot more fun arguing about your platform than you are actually playing it, then that's a real experience too. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. Yo, somebody send me the damn contract, man. I want to become an ambassador. I'm gonna be the biggest ambassador and troll out there. You're gonna want to come after me. We out. Peace.